We will be using gloves for this MacBook. 'Cause I don't want to touch this one. This one looks particularly suspicious. Captain Zero is here, Piranov is here, Lisa's here, Gabriel's here, Arnold is here, Joshua's here. YouTube notifications must work today. Caroline is here. I hate dealing with gloves. Come on. Trinity is here. Sent you a message about your last video about having a broken link for wholesale repair contact. Let me check that right now. I'll check that before getting started here. Thank you for the heads up. I probably haven't gotten a chance to look at that yet. Let's see. Sarah's here. HTTPS TCRS circuit.repair. Oh shoot, that's cut off. Thank you. Wholesale services, business to business board repair. We will use URL shortener so it will work. There we go. So it should be fixed. I'll update it in the other one. So let's get started. So we now have an overhead camera, which helps. So if we want to increase female viewership, we'll use this camera instead of the other one. Where is the screw holder for this thing? Probably over here. T5, where'd I put my T5? There's P5. T6. Come on, really? The one thing you use the most is always the thing that's going to be missing, and that's what always happens. But here's our T5. Aaron is here. Yeah, most of the mail-in business does not come through YouTube. From the stuff that I have gotten so far from YouTube, a lot of it is messed with prior. Depends though. I don't use YouTube as my primary form of marketing. It doesn't really make too much sense because if someone usually finds you through the channel, then that's usually they're going to try and fix it before sending it to you, and it's going to be messed with. And I'm kind of straying away from working on stuff that's been messed with before because it tends to be just a big headache and a time waste. So this thing actually turns on. It doesn't see the battery. The battery has a swollen cell that's pretty tempting to poke right now, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to fire. I get a lot of business to my business via YouTube, but is it messed with? But that's the thing. I'm just starting with YouTube, you know what I mean? So I'm sure it'll improve. But I like doing these videos. My primary goal with this channel, it's not to get more business, it's to help others. That's what the goal of the channel is to help others learn to do this, not to increase my business. That's what the ultimate goal of this channel is, to get more people doing this. So this one actually works. There's just some stuff that needs to be addressed because we don't want to leave that on if we want the board to work into the future. Leave in Europe sucks for repair tools. There's plenty of people that fix boards in Europe. So yeah, this board doesn't actually look terrible at all. This other side looks pretty good. Let's move over to um, the microscope camera. So let's figure out how to switch this over because I usually end up screwing something up when I try and switch it over. There we go. So this side of the board actually looks pretty good. I mean, there's very minimal corrosion here, so this isn't good right here, so we're going to want to take care of this. What is this? Like a piece of who knows what? But look, corrosion here. We don't want to leave that there. This stupid thing can come off. Not sure why they put that there. I think it's a thermal tape or something for the FETs and stuff by the... So that doesn't look terrible. We could probably get away with just resoldering that resistor. Maybe I'll replace it. But we're going to keep looking. Let's take this SSD out of here so I don't burn the SSD. Wouldn't want to lose someone's data. That would not be fun. Losing someone's data might be mean. And we have corrosion by the SSD connector. We'll touch that up. We have some by the LVDS connector. Nothing too serious. Same with right there. That FET and that cap is going to go. I don't like leaving caps anywhere like this, especially near a MOSFET, because that can short over time. Same with that right there. We're going to take care of both of these. So I'm going to replace this one, that cap, all these caps around here. Those can stay. Those look fine. Those didn't take a hit. That can stay. That's just on the surface. That one I'll get rid of. This one can stay. This one has to go. See, I could probably even... And this FET has to go because those are pretty corroded. Check out this Apple soldering. Look at that. Perfect. Quality. So I'm going to start with this connector, I guess. I am just going to touch the pins up on it. So I'm going to grab my bigger tip and not this little J-tip. I think my bigger tip, is it this one? Nope. Rob Brown is here. Kick on the fume extractor. Put a nice line of flux there. Justin Millman donated $1.87. Thank you, Justin. Justin couldn't donate only 87 cents. Because YouTube wouldn't let him, I'm guessing. I don't even know how YouTube will pay me. I haven't figured that out yet. So I don't know if they send a check. I don't know if they put it right in your bank account that I haven't set up on YouTube yet. I have no idea. So it's okay that I'm bridging it. I'm kind of doing that intentionally to create some solder on the broken pads and to kind of eat away that corrosion. So that's okay. I'll take care of that in a minute. I'm just getting enough there to do that properly. And after they're all bridged, I can do is go ahead and wick. Which I'm gonna do right now. Fresh new reel of wick. This is my favorite wick. MG Chemicals Super Wick, lead free. The place that I get it at's been out of stock, and they sell it at $3.29. Everyone else sells it at 8 something online, so I've been getting this other stuff, but show me the container for the wick. See what this means right here? This means that the fumes are good for you if you breathe them. That's why they put that there. This is, Arnold, this is Amtech NC559 ASM, not V2. It's slightly better, but it's still lousy. I don't know what Amtech did. They kind of messed up the formula, and that's... I don't really know of any better alternatives, though. It's still better than most of the other stuff on the market, so I won't complain. How's the F-150? The F-150 has a bad fan clutch, and I'll have to do that this weekend. Switch it out for an electric fan. No, electric fan's too much of a pain. Gonna clean this up. Yeah, if I use electric fan, then I have to replace the coolant temperature sensor with the one from the sensor, then it's going to pull a code for that, and no. That's a pain. I don't want to deal with that. And I think the coolant temperature sensor on that thing is under the intake, so I'd have to take the intake off, and I'm not doing that. Working on another $250 contract. This isn't a contract. I mean, someone just sent it. But yeah, I will make $250 on this if I fix it. Actually, probably more because the battery is swollen. And if they want a battery, then they will pay me for it. Then it turns into something like $320. No, wait, more than that. $340. Yeah, I don't like doing contracts for repair work. That's so one of the big companies wanted me to it was Expermac, I think, that they wanted a contract for this, and well, we need them done in 2 days, and if they're not done in 2 days, you don't get paid, and this and that. It's like, no, because you're not gonna pay me anyway, because you're gonna send like 50, and then it's going to be all done on the third day, then you're not going to pay me for it. No, not doing that. If you want to send stuff here, you can fill out the repair shopper thing and sign my form. And if you don't do that, then you're not going to send stuff here. I suck at connector soldering. Haven't tested the one that I did yesterday that I ripped all the pads on. It'll work. I'm sure it'll work. And I see a little wire here that we need to get rid of, because that's causing a bridge. And why is the microscope so dark? What the heck happened here? Figure video, we need... Won't even let me set exposure. Whatever, it's fine. At least the audio is fixed. No one's complained about the audio in like 3 days, which is a record. And that's strange, I smell something burning. Like PC board burning. I wonder what's burning. That's pretty interesting. I guess we'll find out in a few minutes. I'm just keeping quiet or else I wouldn't hear you. But Piernov, it's your ThinkPad audio IC that's failing. Change your audio IC. I kind of like the Samtec ASM better. It's not as terrible as V2 is recently. Yeah, ThinkPads don't have the best audio. Well, I think we could both agree to that. My T520 has, it's a Coxonant, I think, audio IC, and the amp is integrated into the chip, and that's terrible for sound quality or for volume. If I have Dolby Digital something or other on there, and that helps, but without that, it's at 100% you can't even hear it. The T440 isn't terrible. The T440 just has speakers that sound really, really tinny. The T430 is okay. A little bit tinny, but not terrible. Pretty much all laptop speakers are tinny. I don't think pretty much all of them. The new A7, I will give this, the new MacBooks, the 1708, 7, and 6 are okay on audio quality. I will give them that. Should I wick this? Realtek ALC 9293. I think that's what the 440 has, and the rest of those too. But the 520 uses that lousy one, and the amps are integrated. It just cannot deliver. The wind keeps blowing open my door, making me think someone's coming in, but it's not. Realtek is okay. Realtek is an okay codec though, unlike the garbage IDT that's found on HP Beats, for example. Yeah, those laptops suck. No, Justin, it's not over. Now Justin is probably like 30 minutes behind on the stream and he doesn't even know it, and he's gonna watch from the beginning and type stuff in live chat from like 30 minutes ago that I said. Come on, little blob. Tim ignored me. Cam, I didn't even see you. I didn't even see you. Trader Cam is here. Happy now? Happy now, Cam? You'll get your way. I think this looks good enough. Don't see any bridges. Clean some of this up. I think people complaining here is about at an all-time low. Nobody's complained. Well, there's just been a couple people asking for updates, and why is it taking this long? Well, you sent it kind of in a bag with screws, and you guys know how that goes. But I kind of used to not. I would come in on Saturdays, but I wouldn't really do much, and then I would either come in on Sundays just to clean and not do anything. But I'm pretty much working now 7 days a week, and that's helping a lot from the complaining people. And even if that means me getting less time off, it's worth it because I don't want to hear people complaining constantly. Nice healthy pins. Why board not done? Justin, come to California. Fix the board quicker than me. That'll be okay after ultrasonic. That's fine after ultrasonic. Maybe this pin could use a little bit touching up. Here's the thing: when I take a single day off, it kind of messes with my motivation. So it's better for me to just work every day of the week and stop the people from complaining and keep my motivation up, which is always good. That looks good enough. Let's go ahead and start right here. I'm going to flip the board over. Have you tried that coffee yet? Not yet. I kind of try and avoid it in the day because of how my stomach has been lately from stress. So I will try it. I just have to find an off day where I'm not stressed out. You know, it's 1 o'clock. I need to call a customer real quick. Let me grab something. I will be back in about 30 seconds. Well, no, more like 2 minutes, but you guys get the point. I changed a hard drive in a 21.5-inch iMac last night. I thought it would be a lot harder than that because I've never really done one. I fix motherboards, but I've never changed a darn hard drive. Darn it. There goes my mic. So my mic got snagged around the chair and ripped it away. Hopefully it still works. I think it does. Seems like it does. So, where's my phone? No, this thing didn't need a sensor. It just needed a new drive. It's a 21-inch. But I did never really cut open the screen like that, so. Let me go mute for a second. So, I'll see you in a second. I am back. End users are nice to deal with. They never complain. Well, they sometimes complain, but they never wait like 2 months to pay my invoice. Okay, what was I doing? MOSFET. But yeah, a lot of stores don't pay invoices. That's the main thing I've been complaining about lately. Here's the thing: if I say this stuff in a video, it tends somehow they tend to pay the invoice after I say that in the video. So that sometimes works. Cam, fix it yourself. You would do better than me. Trust me. You get back here. My iron is all tangled. Cam, come to my store. Work here. I would hire you, Cam. Did you fix your iron in the end? This works fine now, so no, I didn't touch it. It works perfectly fine now, so as long as it still heats up, then I don't care. It can do whatever it wants. UK to California, that's quite far, yes, and I'm sure the UK is much nicer than California. I don't know why people make a big hype about coming on vacation here. I really don't understand it. It's like, do you really want to come here to sit in traffic? Really? That's what you come here for? I just don't get it. More about weather, but what do you mean weather? It's like 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and like cold now. There is a window like around this time of year that the weather is okay up here. It's either cold or 112 degrees in the summer. So there's a window in spring and fall where it's really nice here. Otherwise, it's either hot or cold. Winter gets to like 22 in the night. The summer is average 104, 103, 104, up to 105. I mean up to 115. That's up here. I guess areas near the coast are pretty nice, but I'm not near the coast. There's flux. We need another MOSFET. Where's my donor? Here's my donor board. Get a buffet and throw it on the tailgate. I would die in a day with one of those things. Tim, swamp cooler or AC? AC. Swamp cooler kind of sucks. Being humid. I don't like being humid. What is pretty cool here, down like a mile from my shop, is Air Force Plant 42. So all the secret stuff and all that stuff takes off from down the street, which is always pretty cool. If your gross on this job is excess of 350, what's overhead and expense? Well, okay, so I'm a little bit lucky here because of the dirt cheap rent I pay and um, the electric bill. So my electric bill is usually 40 bucks, around 40, 50 bucks. Rent is around 500. So it really doesn't take much to make up for this stuff. That's why I want to grow mail-in and what I can here, and I want to stay in this location as long as I can. I have thought about moving stores to another place that would be better as far as customer base wise, but the thing is I'm going to end up paying 3-4 times as much as I am here. And it's considerably further, so I'd have to drive further. That's increased fuel. And yeah, I don't. We're good here. Next one is this fat. So I'm happy to be here, honestly. Now, my first shop in Lancaster was terrible. I mean, that place, I paid the same price here for half of the space. If I would have stayed there, the place would have gotten robbed, 100% sure. It was literally, the window was at the front of the store with all kinds of strange people walking by that could see inside. It would have just gotten robbed. If I stayed there longer than 2 months, it would have gotten robbed. I don't know what I was thinking. But then after what happened at that place, I had to move, obviously, and I found this place, and I'm quite happy here. It's out of the way. There isn't a lot of traffic, which I kind of like. Is that where they broke the sound barrier and trained the first astronauts and stuff? Yes, that's Edwards Air Force Base. So Edwards is about 30 minutes from here. Not even 30 minutes, 20 minutes. And that's where all that stuff happens. That's where all the flight test stuff is. And it's pretty cool there. So you hear sonic booms all the time here. From, testing all the time. So far this heating element in this Quick has lasted 2 years, 2.5 years, and it still works perfect. I'm surprised by this station. I like this station a lot. So to the people in live chat, for future video stuff, would you like to see more or less of the talking stuff? So stream about, talking stuff about business-wise, stuff like that. More or less of that, because I kind of want to do more of that, honestly. Justin says, yes, shirtless. I don't think that's a good idea at all. I want to talk about you should do data recovery streams, but I don't do data recovery, so that's a problem. I want to talk about this, good work isn't cheap and cheap work isn't good stuff, because on that, some shops don't get it. they think that they're getting the same service if they go send their board to some $80 place that doesn't know what they're doing. And yeah. So I think this is good. I don't see any other corrosion. Actually, yes, I do. We have to address this right here, near the CPU V-core IC. That's just a resistor. I think this will clean up nicely. It would be good to hear more about work, etc. Okay. What do you mean by work? Like business-wise stuff? I mean, I probably suck at that, but I don't trust you. I'm trying to run the store more efficiently. I'm trying to, so probably right now what's more expensive than rent is my fuel expenses, because the fuel expenses are just through the roof lately. So I am, let's see, which one is that? It's the third one. When do you think we can have another radar video? So I've been actually thinking about, I have the radar here. I almost did a stream on it the other day. I need to improve the antenna design, but I kind of need to redo it a little bit. So another radar stream is coming very soon, and I'm going to build a new patch antenna for it. And I'm either thinking of quad. Right now it has dual transmitters. I'm thinking of upgrading it to quad transmitters. How full is your backlog? What is the average amount of repairs you complete weekly? That really depends. I'm not, yeah, it really depends on the week. It could be anywhere from 40 devices to 5 devices. It really depends on the week. It really depends on what's going on. It really depends on how motivated I am. So the more motivated I am, the less stuff sits. Right now, I'm doing pretty good at motivation-wise, and stuff is getting out fairly quick, with the exception of some that are a real pain. But yeah, otherwise, pretty quick. I like hearing about diagnosing problems since I'm fairly new. Lessons learned about anything, business stuff, and tool reviews. Okay. I will do some more. I've been thinking about doing that too with the diagnostic videos. How your customers find you? Well, that's something that I still have issues with because I suck at marketing. Right now, it's pretty much through word of mouth from other people. But yeah, I need to work. My SEO is doing better. My old website, the SEO was terrible. The problem out here is when a repair, the area, the Antelope Valley area, I guess this is pretty much everywhere. Whenever a shop starts advertising my services, the same services, and they add cheap in front of it, everybody flocks there. And that's the issue. So I need to work on marketing better. Fuel expense. Yeah, but the thing is, the fuel has been expensive in California. It's not a national issue. It's a California issue. The fuel has been expensive here for existence. So that's not really, that's more of a California issue. Yeah, fuel right now is around 4.25 a gallon. Sometimes it's actually a little bit less now, but yeah. But I'm trying to be more efficient in the places I go. Instead of going to FedEx, then back here, then to lunch, I'm kind of putting everything into one route to save fuel, which will help. So this looks pretty good. This is going to go on the ultrasonic. And I'm going to send the quote for the battery replacement. Let me take the heatsink off of this. We're going to put all this stuff aside. $265 last time I looked here in Louisiana. Yeah, that would be great. I would love 265. 265 is a dream. 289 is a dream. 305 is a dream. But what can I say? You know, I'm business-wise, I'm doing good. I have nothing really to complain about, even though I tend to complain and, you know. I have to remember, I'm really only just started at this. You know, I'm not. I often feel like I'm 10 years into this, and no, I'm literally less than 1 year into having a retail store. So I'm just at the beginning of this, so I should not be beating myself up over some stuff that I do. Okay, so this is good. Let's check the temperature of the ultrasonic. .66, we're good. Let me send the quote for the battery. And the 60-mile-an-hour wind just blew up in the door again. Let's see. Do I have that battery in stock? What does that take? Is that a 1582? Do I have a 1582 in stock? What is it? A1582, that is in stock. So hopefully they approve that and I could change the battery. And next one is a Dell. I have a Dell to fix, and that's probably a no fix. Because it does not... Yeah, Dell, probably a pain. But that's for later, because right now I have to pack something. Let me grab this other one. Any keys? I'll wait to end the stream and show you guys the board after ultrasonic. And then I'll end the stream. I have to go to FedEx, take my lunch, and then I'll be back here. Just the right one? Yes. I've yet to mix up a customer's device. And I hope that day never comes, because mixing up a customer's device would not be good. You know what's the worst thing in this business to happen is when, and this happens, it always happens. Well, not always, but you'll fix something, it'll run for hours in stress testing, and then after running for hours in stress testing, you will put it in a box, and as soon as you put it in the box, or as soon as you give it to the customer at the counter, it'll die. That happened the other day too. But it's like, what are you gonna do? It happens. Okay, this is good. Yeah, some stuff just waits to die until it's in front of the customer. No, yes, shut down. What? The trackpad doesn't work with my fingers. There we go. Whenever you have gloves on, it makes it hard to use a trackpad. So before shipping, I always wipe these things down with a disinfectant. It's a lot of times it's the little things that set you out from your competitors like this. I like for someone to get their stuff back that looks brand new. You know, clean. It goes in a anti-static bag.
macOS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. If
Shut
you know
up.
how to use VoiceOver, press Command F5 now to turn it on and set up your Mac.
Shut
if
up.
If you'd like to learn how to use VoiceOver to set up your Mac, press the Escape.
One of the only things that's safe on these Retina screens is this Lysol all-purpose stuff that doesn't seem to hurt the Retina screens. Although you have to be careful with any kind of harsh cleaner like Windex, as it'll take the, they're saying they, okay, not related. Got approval for that battery. To those that have other stores in the live chat, what do you do in your service reports and you tell them what's wrong? Do you go down to like the chip and component level or just say motherboard repair? Because I usually will go down to what I replaced on the board most of the time, not all the time. It depends on the customer, it depends on how busy it is. If it's a customer that's just sending something to me to
macOS
what?
contains a built-in screen reader.
Okay. Some customers will just send me stuff just so they could see what I changed. They could try and copy that, which is, yeah, that's some of those stores that need to leave. Let's see. Depends on who it's going to. Yeah, same thing, Justin. It depends on the customer. Um, Because some people just send, they just want to copy you and they'll take it apart, and that's how you know when they say, well, I got it back from you and I reassembled it and now it doesn't work. Well, why are you opening it when it works? Um, yeah, that's what some stores do. They'll take it all apart. They'll take the board out and they'll look at it and it's like, what are you doing? Why are you opening something that works? But yeah, it depends on the customer. Sometimes I'll just put board level repair. It depends. But like the people that just want to copy you and change the same component you change the next time they get one, those people never succeed because you need a brain to. I never get that attitude. I call it the competitor attitude that they try and just copy your every move, everything you say to try and get ahead of you, and that never works. It really never works. Same thing with like showing off. Showing off never works. Usually when someone is showing off about how much money they make or the car they drive, stuff like that, 99 times out of 100, that person is just full of it. That's been my experience anyway. Whenever someone just senselessly brags and brags and brags, they're almost always full of it. I like to spend a good amount of time cleaning these things. The last thing you want to send someone back is something covered in flux and stuff like that. This is nice and clean now. And then what I do, I'll show you guys in a second. I do a final test and dry it with a dry microfiber cloth for any cleaner that's left over. And then it's going to go in. Check chat real quick. I need to buy an ultrasonic bath. Yes, you do. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. But here's the thing. Everybody that's doing that imitation nonsense is usually a jerk to me. So 3332 pulsing on sleep S5L, rehot CPU. No, do not rehot CPU. Okay, so
macOS contains a built-in screen reader called
enough.
VoiceOver. If you know how to use VoiceOver, press Command F5 now to turn it on and
Audio
set up
IC
your Mac.
works.
If you would
We did audio IC work on this one too, so it was the one from the stream the other day. So with these, after it's done, this is gonna go in a anti-static bag like this. So it's nice and clean, it doesn't contact the bubble wrap or anything like that. So look, so whenever you get something back from here, you're gonna get it back in a bag like this. So it's gonna be sealed in here with the service report. So it just protects it a little bit more in shipping. And keeps it clean, safe from scratches, stuff like that. I'm gonna write the service report on this one. Let's go to repair shopper. Completed. Okay, I need some component numbers here, so yeah, I have a Dell that I need to work on, but I have to pack this and have to leave here in about 10 minutes because I'm starting to put more structure in my days, so I'm trying to take lunch every day at the same time, and I'm also incorporated my run to FedEx on the same way, and I also used to go to a different FedEx place. I'm going to some place on a Dropbox on my route there. So it's a Dropbox in a FedEx office, but by doing that, saving fuel, and it's more efficient because I have to go right by there to get home for lunch. So it saves fuel, it saves expenses, and that's the proper way to do it. So you need to go to board view to get component numbers for that one service report. And that was a 3536, I think. 3536. $34.76. I don't know. I don't think there's a board view for 30. Yeah, it's a 3536 that I use. So I replaced U50 5110 Q5480. See, and this takes some time to do, but it's just something I do. I care, so I will put long service reports so that, Q5480. What's the backlight MOSFET? Q7001 or Q7. What? I don't know what the backlight MOSFET is on that one. I think backlight MOSFET is Q7701. I replaced Q7701. Q7700. 701. Use 7700. Wait a second. What was those MOSFETs and stuff on the other side of the board? See, this is ideally what I would have someone do here. How do you get board view files for Dell? I don't get board view files for Dell. Your internal procedures, workflow, structure. But here's the thing, I'm not worried about competitors. You can copy what I do, I don't care. I mean, that doesn't bother me. U7190. Here's the thing. There's shops that could cleaning a device before I get it back, that's no secret. The service reports aren't a secret. The service reports go out to competitors all the time. If they wanted to copy it, they could. I mean. And this one. Thinking about competition, it doesn't really scare me. What gets annoying, so what does bug me about competition is when someone is constantly in your face trying to copy you. That's what bothers me more than the fact that someone is trying to compete with me. When someone is constantly in your face, that's what bothers me. Or when a shop is just trying to imitate you. That's what bothers me, not the competition wise. By all means, if someone wants to open a good repair shop around here, please, by all means, come here and do it because this area needs better repair shops. Here's the thing, when I'm usually friends with competitors, my true competitors, I'm all friends with. Oh shoot, it's gonna print on the label writer. Cancel. How do I cancel that? I just printed like 40 pages through the Dynamo 450. 571 pages through the label writer. Cancel. So back to what I was saying about competition. If someone wants to open a good repair shop that does this, that is, will bring confidence to their customers and stuff, by all means, please do it, because that's what this area needs more shops of. Because when you get shops that, have a 30-day warranty and just stuff like that, it really turns customers off to bringing their device to an independent repair center rather than um, a authorized repair center. And what ends up happening is they associate the experience that they get with one with all of them. So if someone is using knockoff parts, something like that, they assume, well, this independent place replaced a part with a knockoff part, and they automatically think that all of them are going to be like that. And shops that do that stuff really, really, really get on my nerves because it tends to just drag down the whole market with them. The best thing, I believe, is competition. But the thing is when, to have good competition. Public note. Here's the thing. I don't see this business in competition with other independent repair shops. It's more to give people another option to Apple, and it's also to show people what the difference is between independent repair and authorized repair. You know what I mean? When I see someone come in here that they say, I'm this computer just failed and I need this computer for school tonight, and I open it and they said they went to the Apple store and they quoted $1,200 for a new board in this and it's going to take 6 weeks, and I open it up and I take a Q-tip and clean the trackpad cable and it works, that's what I want to do this for. I don't want to do this to compete with other businesses. I want to see someone that's happy with my service after getting quoted, over $1,000 for something that was so simple. And this happened like last week. I didn't even have to replace that cable. I just wiped it off with a Q-tip and I said, come back if it acts up. That's it. And that's how it should be. There should be an alternative like that. And the more and more that good shops keep fighting for that and keep delivering that, the better this industry will get. And that's why you shouldn't be afraid of competition. I know some people would disagree with that, but that's what I think. You say FedEx, so what's your standard? So everything here ships free, FedEx Express Saver. Yeah, I don't use UPS or USPS. USPS loses stuff. UPS will sometimes smash stuff. So USPS will lose stuff. They'll smash stuff. It'll go to the wrong address. It'll get lost in transit. So yeah, USPS is no good. I don't like them. As it is, I have to fight half the time to find the stuff that gets sent here, USPS, because it goes to the wrong parcel locker. Even though these boxes have adhesive to seal it, I always put tape on them just in case. Just adds a little bit more protection. Let me switch that board real quick in the ultrasonic. I like my Sharper Tech. I really hope they come up with one that's the same size as the PH300 or the PH1200 because I really want to buy it. I really like that brand. 46. Yeah, FedEx Express Saver is what I really recommend everybody use if they have something to send here. It's pretty much equivalent to priority mail price-wise. It gets here either quicker or the same time as priority mail. And on a plus side, it doesn't get lost, stolen, squished, delivered to the wrong address, stuff like that. I mean, with $1,000 of insurance, we pay $30 on something across the country. So Definitely not bad. Grab my alcohol. The alcohol, so here's the thing with the ultrasonic cleaning. I usually put them in a basin of alcohol after, and that really gets nasty after a few uses, so I'm have to change that out. And I'm thinking, I don't honestly even think it needs alcohol as long as I bake it. I'm thinking of just washing them in distilled water, or maybe a distilled water bath before the alcohol. Because believe it or not, isopropyl alcohol is still slightly conductive. You can test this by one, measuring with your meter, or try turn on a board in alcohol. It's not going to work. Tim, are you a southpaw? I have no idea what a southpaw is. Yeah, the ultrasonic is in another room. There's two rooms in the store. No, I'm right-handed. Your competitors send you the boards they can't fix anyway, right? No, because whenever they try and fix something, then send it to me, it's destroyed. So yeah, please do not send something here that you already tried to fix, honestly. Let's look how clean this board looks. If I could find where I put my keyboard. I hate wireless keyboards. I'm constantly losing my wireless keyboard. Okay, microscope camera. So this is, look at this. So clean, nice clean board. See how there's no flux left. It doesn't look like somebody else has destroyed it. That's how it should look. Let's look at the resistor over here. Where's that one resistor that I changed? Clean. There's a little bit of adhesive there. It's no big deal. This is what I want to see the most. To see if there's any other bridges left. And that looks pretty good to me. Yeah, so this is good to go. So thank you guys for watching, and I will